Welcome to Make It Your Business, the podcast. Get the advice you need to grow your business by getting guidance from industry experts and interviews with successful small business owners. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Not bad. It's cold.
Oh, yes, cold here. Cold in England.
Yeah.
Frost, snowy, cold. It's not really snowy, but yeah.
No.
It's the bitterness of the wind, isn't it? It makes you feel grateful for central heating.
Yeah. It's ridiculous there because everybody knows in England it changes mind every 5 minutes, doesn't it? It's like,
Yeah.
I've given up looking at the forecast half the time.
We are obsessed with weather here.
Yeah. But even the metal, I can't get it right sometimes. So it's.
Talking of obsessions. Social media. I'm going to scratch your brain a little bit. Because this is going to sound like a silly question that I want to propose to you, but what is social media? And I want to ask you that from a business position.
Okay.
Because a lot of people know what social media is, and a lot of it to them is seeing what their friends are up to on Facebook.
Yeah. Obviously, that's where it started.
And well, it's still there technically. If you are Janine and you're checking in with your friends, that's what social media is.
Yeah.
But from a business perspective, it's very different, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So let's do a quick social media 101. I have quit my job. I'm starting a business. I'm going to make flower displays for restaurants.
Yeah.
What do I need to know?
Cool. So obviously social media when it very first started, it was mainly designed for, and it still is, I suppose, like sharing bits of your friends and updates and like being connected with everybody basically.
Yeah.
And it's kind of evolved from there. And now in today's world, we're using it for business as well. So it's a great tool because you can get outreach to all your customers and potential customers, and as a business, like from our side of it, which is a very sort of like a marketing sort of digital side of it, like we see social media in two different ways. But if you're starting off, if you're a small business and you want to get on social media, the first thing you got to do is work out what platforms to get on, and then set up your account, get your page, like created, branded, and then start, posting on, doing some social posts, getting everything on there. So like we'd always recommend Facebook and Instagram as a minimum. Like if you want to sort of get in with like the young trend, upcoming like social media platforms, obviously TikTok's a good one, depending on your demographic of your customer base.
I suppose that's the sorry, I've got the cat here. Want to play? So demographics.
Yes.
Okay, so what does that really mean for people? What you mean by demographic is
who's using the platform?
But surely from a business sense, who your customer is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you're selling dentures, are you going to run out and start TikTok?
No, exactly. So
is that you're saying like that's a younger person?
Yeah. So like I'm sure you'll be able to Google and find out exactly who uses what platform.
Yes.
And it does depend because Facebook is very generic. So you get everybody from sort of like younger people to the elderly. Using it as if you are targeting the elderly in particular, then Facebook always seems to be the go-to. But then obviously TikTok's taken off by storm, and it's doing really well. But to do well in TikTok, you need to have some crazy ideas, or
some real creative stuff, isn't it?
Do the paid stuff. But with all of the social media, it's good to have like a basic account. Which is quite important to link up to your website so people can sort of go on there and check you out, and like if you're doing.
I was about to say, you said it's important. Why?
There's a few reasons.
Yeah.
So starting off, like you will get people who want to go and check your business and verify you, depending on what business you are, what you offer. So if you're after, say like a vehicle graphics specialist, and you go on their website, all looks fine, but then you want to go and check out their socials, you might see pictures of their work that they've done most recently.
Yeah. I know this thing, so it comes across funny me asking this question. I'm sort of playing devil's advocate or third party. I don't know what the terminology is, but because I know people ask me this all the time, and you're right. People, whether you run an advert or word of mouth, they will say, great, I want to use Chris for flowers,
Yeah.
and they will go on Facebook to verify
Yeah.
that you're a real business.
No, absolutely. Yeah, and it's like it's far easier to just do a quick Facebook post about what's going on in the business, or here's our latest project, than it is to get the web developer to go on your website and then add a new section on your website.
Yes.
And yeah, so quite often you get more up to date information on social platforms just because it's easier to update your patients, clients, whoever it is. So it's a great way to keep that communication going between you and your customer base. But also it's a great way to acquire new customers as well.
Okay.
So yeah, obviously pages like Facebook or platforms like Facebook and Instagram, people generally only tend to find your posts if you're following that particular page. Instagram, you can obviously add different tags, hashtags, and people will find you that way. But if you want to get the real benefit and outreach of using social media, then this is the other side of things that we look at from the digital agency point of view, is the social ads.
So the paid outreach.
Exactly.
So can I pause you there a second? Because again, I know people ask me this all the time. What is a hashtag? And I don't mean like what is it, as in that funny little squiggle with a name. Because everyone knows what it is, as in like, hashtag have a great day, or hashtag flowers, but they don't know what hashtag it is, why we use it, and why would your business be found?
Okay, so hashtags, well, for Instagram in particular, so you want to put as many relevant keyword hashtags as possible. So when you do your post and put in the hashtag and whatever it is, so say it's like florists, hashtag florists, it will give you a little number after it of how many people are following that particular trend. And people will not necessarily follow your page, but they'll follow a hashtag because they're interested in that particular topic.
Or what I've read about recently, especially with the younger demographics, using social media platforms almost like Google.
Yeah.
So looking for products and services on these platforms via the hashtags.
Yeah.
Which is super interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, like to be fair, I use, I don't know, it sounds really, but I use TikTok quite a lot for research. Just because, the tags and like use hashtags in TikTok. And their keyword like searching features, it was actually quite precise.
So what, if you were just looking for t-shirts or trainers or?
Not necessarily shopping, but more of like inspiration and ideas. So if you're after, like going to like another episode that we did, like the last previous episode, AI, like what can I get AI to do, or
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're a florist, like
shopping must be coming soon.
Yeah. So TikTok's already incorporated TikTok Shop. I think it's still in its early stages.
Is that what it's called? TikTok Shop?
TikTok Shop, I think, That's cool. But hashtags are super important because like you want as many relevant ones as possible, when you're doing a post, so that people who are following those hashtags or search for them, you want your post to come up so that people see it. So obviously the more hashtags you have, the more...
Okay, so they need to find their demographic, find their platforms, they need to keep it updated to validate their business. Hashtags, and then you went to move on. I pulled you back from adverts.
Social ads, yeah. So everybody's quite familiar, or most people are quite familiar with the Google side of it, where you do pay per click. The social side of it is a bit different in the sense that you can pay per goal, or pay per conversion, or pay per view even. So it all depends on what you're trying to achieve. But basically, all the social platforms offer ads, and when you're scrolling through Facebook, and then all of a sudden there'll be like something random which you've spoken about with a friend maybe, and then you're like,
we've all been
my friend's listening.
Yes.
So that's just very good marketing. So a lot of the time, like it does get freaky sometimes. When like as an advertiser, it's great because you can really hunt down for the people that you're trying to target, and you can sort of if you're selling selling lights, you can target electricians, you can target home buyers, people who've recently bought homes, anything really. People who've got, selling flowers, you can show ads to people who've got anniversaries or birthdays coming up.
Yes, it's good target. So is there any tips for anyone starting out where they can go and learn a bit more about this? Yeah, because it's all well and good listening to professional like yourself talk about this for 5, 10, 20 minutes, but we're talking about hours to learn this stuff.
I mean, Facebook's got its own dedicated help centre, which is quite good. But then I don't know, Facebook's the bane of my life sometimes, and it gets so complex. But it is because there's so much to it, and even Facebook, like I'll change something, and I'll put something in a completely different place, and then you're like, well, hang on a minute, that was there 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
But,
so is it a case of just going to YouTube and watching some videos then? Is that the simplest?
Yeah, probably. Again, because it changes so frequently, like sometimes you watch YouTube videos and be out of date. So yeah,
It's a good start though.
It's a good start. Yeah, like we need to. It'd be nice to try and create some guides to help people out, so we can sort of like have a resource centre maybe. But yeah, it's a good way to reach people and socialise.
It's interesting. I was speaking to somebody the other day, and they're like, "Oh, why do I need this? Why do I need that?" And there is a fundamental to business now that these are requirements. A bit like it used to be you had to have a Yellow Pages ad.
Yeah, but now you need a website.
You
need social pages.
Yeah, you need a website and a social and a strategy. In my mind, a little bit like you need electricity.
Yeah.
If you have a retail shop on a high street, you need lights and well decorated. You need a website as well.
Yeah.
You need people to find that shop and want to come there.
Yeah. Well, if you're a small business and you need customers, you need to get the customers from somewhere. And in today's age, like everybody's online. You want to be targeting the people that are either actively seeking your product or would be interested in it.
Yes.
And if you're not, then you're missing out on an opportunity.
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah, no, it would. Maybe you can think about that. Maybe we could dive deeper in some of these episodes on actually not so much the platforms introducing them, but how to actually use them. Maybe run over some strategies.
Do like a sort of like a go-to,
Yeah.
quick, how to set up.
Yeah, because I just think if I'm listening to a podcast, I want to get something tangible out of it sometimes, not just discuss.
Yeah.
So, okay, that's interesting to know. Next episode, how do I do that?
Yeah.
That might be quite cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's think about it.
Cool.
No, great, thanks, dude.
Cool.
Appreciate it.
No
I'll
worries.
see you next time.
Thanks.
Thanks, man.